It's Richard Haggerty. I hear a lot from smokers saying things like, you know what, it's been 2 months. It's been 2 months. Surely I'm never going to smoke again. I hope I never smoke again. Oh, I really hope it's this. I hope, this time it's really it. And whenever I hear that, I get a sense, and I can see from having worked with people over 2 decades now, that they still have not made a shift from being a smoker to a non-smoker. All right, they're still worried, they're still fearful that something's going to go wrong, that they're going to fall off the wagon, that something's going to happen to hold them back. So what we want to do is, you need to break that sense of identity of a smoker. So look, it's noble, it's brilliant to want to quit smoking, but it's not it's not the journey that most people think that they need to have. They don't need to go down the route of it being a struggle, of it being a battle, of it being, fighting the forces of nature the whole time. A lot of people think it's going to be that way, but you don't need to. It can be as easy as making a decision, having a good strategy, and following through with it. But the thing that really keeps people stuck is doubt. If you can't be certain that you don't want a cigarette and that it's just not of interest to you, how are you ever going to be and live as a non-smoker? Think about it, because that's what you want. Making the shift from being uncertain you can smoke or stop smoking, making that shift from being uncertain you can stop smoking to and doubting that you can quit smoking to being a non-smoker is the fundamental journey you want to go on. It's a shift of identity, and that identity will happen when you start with the initial choice, the initial decision, enough is enough, and then you move through to that moment of that epiphany of, wow, I just don't want to smoke anymore. It just doesn't appeal to me. I can feel that inside. That's really where you're going to be heading, okay? And to move in that direction, you've just got to make sure that you're building increased certainty inside. Increased certainty that really you can just get on with your life. Building certainty that you are a non-smoker is a really, really interesting thing, because you can start to doubt that you enjoy smoking, or you can just continue to become more certain in your identity of a non-smoker. Becoming certain in that identity means that there's always going to be a moment where you check in with your body, and you check in from your head to your toe, and you search inside, and there's no impulse and there's no craving. And at that point, there's a kind of internal trigger where where smokers say, wow, I can't believe it. I'm at that point now. There's just no urge inside me. And you carry on the rest of your life free. And that can happen in seconds. It's really good news to know that you can quit so quickly, so easily. It happens in a matter of moments. And then, well, you don't want to smoke anymore. And you know that, and you never think about it again. When you have somebody who can guide you on that journey can take a matter of seconds, a matter of minutes, because the actual moment, the actual epiphany, where you do kind of an internal body scan and you go, you know what, that's it. The urge is not there anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. Well, then you know that you're a non-smoker. And at that point, you can just get on with your life. You can just continue to enjoy everything and not worry about it. You don't have to keep turning up on forums with people who are struggling, saying, oh, I hope I'll be okay. Surely I'm okay. And just reinforcing an unconscious sense of doubt. Certainty, this knowing, this absolute knowing that you've made the change is really where you want to go. It's a place where you get to, and over the years I've seen the benefits of clients getting here with over 2 decades now, so many clients from all over the world. They've got to this point, and what really surprised me is not just how much health they've had and how much money they've had, but this sense of personal achievement and pride, this sense of confidence inside that they have achieved through quitting smoking, through knowing that they did it, through knowing that they achieved something that everyone else finds so hard. Knowing how to do that has given them great confidence in themselves that they can go on with their lives and that they can set their minds to other things. And yes, they have more money, better health, people congratulate them as well, and they generally look and feel a lot better. Whenever you hear somebody say, or whenever you hear yourself saying, "Oh, I hope," or "Surely this is okay," and you're looking for reassurance, that's a sure sign that you're not in the place of certainty that you want to be. Okay? And the move and the shift to feeling like a non-smoker. And what's a non-smoker? Someone who goes about their day and just enjoys their life, and smoking just doesn't come onto the radar. They don't think about it. But that will happen through a moment inside an epiphany where you realize enough is enough. Because remember, quitting smoking is always an internal job. It's about internal triggers. It's about an internal feeling, an internal experience, and hidden, unmet psychological and mental needs. Becoming a non-smoker means addressing and actually being able to connect with one or more needs that are going on inside that have been kind of part of the fuel for the boredom and anxiety loops that smoking holds in place. Remember, smoking's nothing but a holding pattern. It just keeps a person in a loop where they become dependent upon the dopamine hit of the cigarette, and they start feeling anxious in anticipation of when that's going to happen. All right. So the moment that we can help break those loops, break that expectation, and address the inner stuff that's going on for you, well, it's game over. Now, it's no good knowing that consciously, because this is unconsciously. And working with the unconscious mind is a very, very different game. If you never work with your unconscious mind, if you don't change the behavior at the automatic subconscious level, then you're always relying on the conscious mind, on the logical mind, on, in essence, willpower. Willpower is finite. It gets recharged each day when you wake up, but there's a certain, it's like having gas in your tank of your car. It gets depleted through the day. And if you're spending a lot of your time trying to maintain and monitor the way that you're doing one particular habit, well, you haven't got much energy for other things. All right. And then if you have a day or a moment in a day when lots of other things are grabbing your attention, you're over threshold and you're depleted, what's going to happen? There's no willpower to draw upon. And that's why it's important to make this change simply and automatic, because otherwise you're going to be at the behest of circumstances. And when a hard day and a tough day is delivered, well, you're going to crumble. The thing is, you can change. You can transform, you can become a non-smoker when you build certainty in your new identity. The certainty starts with the decision that you want to stop smoking, and then there will be an experience of the shift, and that leads to an epiphany where there's an internal moment. This internal moment is where you check inside and you say, I can't believe it. I have no more cravings. They're gone. I'm feeling so much better inside that, I just don't want one anymore. And at that moment, you'll know that you're a non-smoker. At that moment, it's a game changer. Everything changes. And you'll never need to say to yourself again, oh, I hope I'm okay. Oh, surely this is it. Because you'll know with absolute certainty that you quit smoking. You'll feel proud of yourself that you did it and you made this change now.